Hello, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Erica. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So let's just get right into the point today. My room is a disaster and it's very overwhelming, and I have a lot of things that I have to reorganize on my Kpop shelf. So what I'm going to do today is organize it, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk to you about the BTS New Chapter and what that means. On my last two reaction videos, I did have some comments asking if Kendra and I reacted to the BTS Festa Dinner, and we didn't react to it, so I will definitely touch base on our thoughts on that and everything that they've been up to since that announcement. But yeah, let's just get right into it because I need to clean this space. I actually moved my computer downstairs because I was so overwhelmed in here, so I definitely have to tidy it up, dust my shelves, put some things away, and just make it a healthier space to be in. Okay, so it's actually the next day, but as I was editing the video and I was talking about the Festa Dinner, I realized I kind of just was being really repetitive and I didn't say everything I wanted to say, so I'm filming this again. I'm gonna try it again. This is the next day, like I just said, and I will just insert it into this vlog. So here we go, we're trying it again. So before I get into more detail about how Kendra and I feel about the announcement that happened during Festa and the new chapter, I just want to say that we 1000% support BTS in their decision that they made because it's what they needed to do that was right for them at this time. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that we are unaware of, and they didn't come to this decision lightly. They had to think through a lot of different scenarios and different things to be able to come to the conclusion to go ahead and do this new chapter of solo albums, and there's a lot of factors that come into play that we are unaware of and that we will never know of, so we kind of just have to trust them in this process and be there to support them, because that's what being an ARMY is all about. You support them through all of their decisions and you're there whether they're as a group or as a solo artist. So yeah, all in all things aside, before I get into that, we support them and we're happy that they're finally putting themselves first for a change and allowing themselves the time to grow up and mature individually so that they're ready to come back even stronger as a group. Festa was really difficult to watch because of them being so emotional, and you could tell how guilty they felt about coming to this decision, but they knew that they needed to do it, but they were just so worried that ARMY was going to be upset with them or be disappointed in any way, and that was really hard to see them be emotional about that. But they decided to do this now because they needed to do it now in order to come back stronger later, if that's the plan. We can't predict the future, they can't predict the future, but at the moment they just needed to take a step back as a group and making music as a group to allow themselves to grow as individuals. And if that's what needed to be done now, that's what needed to be done now, and we just have to take it as it is, take their words as they are, and just take it one step at a time and see what comes next. When we went back and watched our last two reaction videos, we kind of laughed at how accurate our predictions were and kind of what we were saying about what was happening now. If you haven't seen those, it's kind of funny how much we kind of got right about what was happening. Kendra's been feeling kind of the shift within the group and the music for a while now, so she kind of predicted this to be happening. We just thought we had it at the end of the year. I was kind of noticing what she was saying as well, and we were both kind of predicting that it was going to be like an album and a tour, and then at the end of the year this is what they'd be doing because of potential military or other things that were going on. So it definitely was a shock during Festa when they announced this, because let's be real, we all thought there was a tour happening. They hinted it multiple times on the red carpet that there was a tour in the works, so it was definitely a shock to us that there wasn't going to be a tour at all because of the hints that we were getting. So yes, we were upset and disappointed, not going to lie. We didn't blame them for anything, but it was kind of just like disappointing because you thought that's what was going to happen, and we were kind of predicting that we had one more tour before the solo albums started. And like I said, we support everything that they need to do to better themselves and better themselves as a group. But it's going to hurt a little bit not seeing OT7 content more frequently. You fall in love with BTS because you love their bond as a group and their interactions with each other, so to not have that as often as we're used to is going to be a bit of an adjustment. But they did say they're going to bring back Run BTS and other activities and projects. We're not really sure what that means yet, so I'm interested to see how much of a group stuff we do get, but I'm also interested and really intrigued to see what their solo work is going to be like, because we're going to get to see a whole new side of them, and they're really going to get to showcase the thoughts and opinions and different versions of themselves that they want to show us as individual artists compared to what they show us when they're in a group. It's definitely a huge adjustment, and it did hit us pretty hard when we first heard the announcement, because we just wanted more information. We were a little confused about what this was going to mean, and like I said, we love seeing them as OT7, so yes, I wish there was going to be a tour and that there would be group music, because that's what I fell in love with as BTS as a group, but through that process you fall in love with them as individuals as well. So I'm really excited to see and hear what they come up with doing individual music projects or just different activities and projects on the side. It's going to be a journey, it's going to be a process, but I'm excited to see what happens. I still have a lot of questions about how long this break from group music is going to take, if they're going to come back, if they're not going to come back, because no one knows. They don't know, we don't know. It's something you can't control, but we just kind of have to take it step by step and go along for the journey. You're allowed to have your own thoughts and opinions on this. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not allowed to be upset. You're allowed to process your emotions however you need to and to feel however you're feeling about this change. It's an adjustment, and some people are going to be more hurt than others, but you just have to trust them in this process. Basically, it's a huge change. There's some ups and downs, pros and cons to all of it, but I myself am excited to see what this new chapter holds, and I'll be here to support them as BTS as a group as well as individuals, whatever the future may hold, and I'm just excited to see what comes next. Okay, so the first thing I desperately need to do is to dust this. It is just sitting here collecting dust. It's not good. So I need to take everything off the shelves, dust it, and then reorganize it, because I did have some things come in, like our proof albums as well as Subuzu. So I need to put those on the shelves, which means I just need to take everything off first and reorganize it, because it's been a while and it is very overwhelming because my new albums are kind of just like sitting on the floor right now. So I definitely need to get to this. So I'm gonna start pulling things off the shelves. Alright, I'm officially very overwhelmed, even more than I was beforehand, so this is going to be fun. Now that I'm done the first step, let's just take a little break and let's talk about Left and Right with Charlie Puth and Jungkook. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It just has like the perfect vibe to it, and you could tell just how much fun the two of them are having together, and I'm so happy they got to do it. But no, I love the song. I love the music video. It's so funny. It's basically just like Charlie telling his therapist that he sees Jungkook everywhere and he can't get him out of his mind, which is like so relatable. I love that, and when you listen to it with headphones and it's in either one of the ears, I think that's so amazing, and it's a great touch to the song. So okay, so it's time to put everything back on my shelves. This one is probably going to stay with the Love Yourself stuff because it was simple and I liked how it looked, so that's what I'm going to do first. Okay, so I decided to move the School Love Affair and Dark and Wild ones to this section as well, because other sections of my shelf were like really crowded and this one was just really simple, so we're gonna add it to this one to save some room. But I just recently got this one the other day. I filmed the unboxing because it was supposed to be in another vlog that never happened, so I'll put that in now if you're curious as to who I got. Yeah. So excited to see who it is. The suspense is here. So we're gonna open it up. Where does it open up? How do you open this? Oh,
I love this one.
One of these ones that go like this. It makes it so easy. Okay. Cute! Oh my god, it's like Bad Boy BTS. Look at that. Oh, they're so cute.
I think we can all agree Danger is the best single to date. That's my kind of music.
It's got one of these things you pull out. How exciting. Okay. Ready?
Wow. Their packaging is always so good.
Do you have any predictions?
Okay.
I am feeling Hobi vibes. Jimin! Oh! Look at him!
That's so funny because you were saying we've been pulling Jimin a lot.
That's so funny. Yeah, back in the day we used to get Tae more than Jimin, and now we pulled Jimin. There's a group one too. Oh, so cute! Oh yay! Oh, I finally have this one for my collection. Okay, now I need to just look through the photo book. Oh wow. Okay, so I'm gonna enjoy this now. But yay, I'm so happy I can add this to my collection. So yeah, this one is gonna be added to this spot here for now. And as my collection grows, this will obviously change again. But for now, it's gonna be added to here. I am not making much progress. I have it kind of finished, but a lot of it doesn't look right. So I moved on to this book cart. So I just got this the other day actually. It's from IKEA. So I moved a few of the books down, so I'm just gonna put it into place now. It's probably just gonna sit beside the shelf here. The only issue is that it's blocking my banners, but I think I'm gonna have to live with that. Okay, so it's gonna sit right here. So yeah, I'm gonna put books on the bottom, potentially the middle, and then the top is going to be whatever is in this little section here, which is all my makeup. I'll show you what I have right now, but it's definitely not done because it's just not working. So the top, I ended up doing this, but then I realized that these ones need to go up here if I want somewhat of an order, but there's no room. So I'm a little confused on what to do. That I had space, so I just put one of my army bombs, and then this is my other one. Before I had all of my DVDs in one section, but I don't know if that works better. Not really sure yet. I have my artist made collection boxes, which I'm actually gonna use to store photo cards. But yeah, this is the section that is not working. I don't really know what to do with it yet, so I'm kind of trying to organize the spaces around it to make it make more sense. But that is everything on the shelf. Like, everything is there now. It's just making it make sense. So yeah, like I said, I am using this as photo card storage. I did put up an unboxing of the artist made collection. If you haven't seen that yet, it'll be linked on my channel somewhere. But yeah, for the meantime, this is what this looks like. It's kind of chaotic, but it is what it is. So now I'm gonna move my makeup into the top of the rolly thing, and we'll see if that works. I'm not really sure yet, but we'll see. Before I forget, I haven't actually showed you yet. I actually ended up getting the BT21 makeup brushes. I'll put up my unboxing on the screen now. I'm in love with them. They're so cute and they're so soft, and I'm making sure to be able to use all of them for something. I'm not much of a makeup person, but I was determined to use them. I'm so happy I finally got them. Okay, next topic of conversation. Let's talk about Tae at Paris Fashion Week. The amount of content we were given over the past few days was insane. So many pictures. He looked amazing and he looked so happy and free, and I was just so excited to see him be in his element, and like he looked like he was truly happy and being himself. So I have this one as my background right now. Literally like he went on date night with Tae. But yeah, we were fed with content. Can we just, I'm gonna put it up on the screen, but this picture right here, oh my god, and this whole outfit, just everything about it was insane. I thought it was so cool for him to be able to get that opportunity, and I can definitely see it happening again in the future for him as well as other members. And then the next topic, I'm just gonna get into it right now because that's what you want to hear, let's be real. Hobi is dropping his album. We have got concept photos, and it is way different from what I expected it to be. He talked about before where he kind of wanted to show a darker side, and that is definitely what he's doing. This is creepy, but it's so cool, and I'm so intrigued on what this is gonna sound like and how deep of a message it's gonna be. I've already seen some people talking about theories on the internet, so if you have anything, let me know in the comments down below, and I cannot wait to see and hear what this album's gonna be like. Okay, so my room is still messy, but it's definitely cleaner than it was, and I got the task that I wanted to get done today, which was to dust off my shelves and put things on my shelves. I think I talked about everything that I want to talk about with the Festa Dinner, Tae Paris Fashion Week, Hobi. That's where I'm gonna end the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, if you have anything to comment on anything that I mentioned in the video, leave it in the comments down below. I love reading your comments. It helps me to learn a little bit more about what's going on, and just to hear your thoughts and opinions. It really means a lot to me, and I like communicating back with you. And if you want to follow me on my social media, I will also link that in the description down below so you can check that out. Thanks for watching. BTS forever, ARMY forever. See you later.